Hello, everybody. Welcome to Western Cinema Presents. Today's feature in honor of the late, great Robert Duvall, who passed away sadly last Sunday, 2003's critically acclaimed Open Range starring Robert Duvall, Kevin Costner, and Annette Bening, directed by Kevin Costner, Michael Gavin, the late great character actor Michael Jeter, Diego Luna, James Russell, Adrian Bunbury, uh, Dean McDermott, and Kim Coyotes. You might have recognized him. He was in Waterworld, and he was also in Sons of Anarchy. The lead scenes. Would you like to read the synopsis? This is
All right. Well, if you could scroll up on that page there, I will read what the synopsis says from Fandango at Home. Thank you. All right. A group of free grazers, four men trying to escape their past, are driving cattle and hiding, and are living off the land on the open range, a place where nature makes the only laws. When a ruthless, evil rancher tries to run them out of town, the men's peaceful existence takes a tumultuous turn and ends in the grittiest, most explosive gunfight on film as two men battle a town for honor, justice, and a way of life that is quickly disappearing. All right.
hello and welcome. Uh, don't know. That's top top of rose. I guess. Welcome to the membership. I don't know whose end that is, but welcome, the Bird Lady of, and strong supporter of deleted scenes and yours truly channel, Connie Clary. Watch out for that second channel, Fluff Chick Productions. Hello to the tired midnight blogger. Welcome. And Andrea Buck. Uh, Screening room for those who'd like to view it with us today is right there. Post should be posted at both top of both chats right there. Uh, Head over and we're gonna start the show.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Five, four, three, two, go. Uh, we can't show this on YouTube. We're restricted by copyright law and the rules and regulation of YouTube. We don't want to be exploded away from YouTube. So you have, if you're here after the fact, you will have to find it on some streaming platform or view your own copy. We are physical media guys, so we highly recommend the physical media, DVD or Blu-ray. You can rent this on Fandango, purchase it also on Amazon Prime. And we'll probably find it on Pluto TV or Tubi. welcome welcome Bush, Santiago Chavez, and Ignima Service. Welcome. Glad to have you with us here this afternoon.
Even the dog's like, "Get me out of here."
It's cold out here. Yep. Diego Luga. He's
Hmm.
had a huge career jump after this film. Seeing him in the terminal, and
Hmm.
of course, uh, Andor, this TV series on Disney Plus.
I think Y Tu Mama Tambien was the first time I remember seeing him. I want to remind everybody that we are simulcasting our broadcast on both channels.
Yep.
You can, if you would please hit the like and share out the stream. Let everybody know that we're on today.
Yeah, this is our third time playing
Yeah,
open
this is
range here,
a bit
but
of a favorite of ours. Yeah.
yeah, and you know, the ball had a good long life, dying at 95, but its presence in westerns and general film has been very good, and this is one of our favorite westerns that we've seen. That he's piece of body of work that he's done.
And for a movie that has good performances all around, that's based on a best-selling Western novel, it's pretty well shot, about as accurate to the time as most of these movies get, and of course completely short shrifted by the Academy. Agreed, Bush. Yeah, this is a movie that tells you a lot with very little. It's one of the things I like about it.
I think both times when we played this, the previous times when we did this, it's been one of our very high rated shows
Hmm.
of Western cinema.
Ah, knock it off, Banderas.
Hmm. Well, don't cheat at cards. Hello and welcome, Curtis Shelby. Always
Hey,
good to
Curtis.
see you, my friend.
Curtis did a show yesterday evening where he was rewatching the Mad Max films. Please check that out when you get a chance. So Moses late getting back. So Charlie and Boss are going to head back to the town and see what's holding them up. This is also where you realize, wait a minute, they shot this in Canada because there are a number of Canadian character actors in this film you can spot throughout. 10 of Harmonville, formerly Fort Harmon. We get our introduction to Michael Jeter.
Great character actor
Yeah,
who's also sadly no longer with us.
so he's also in The Green Mile, Tango and Cash,
Yeah, so many.
uh, just the Evening Shade TV series with Burt Reynolds. Then hello to Gambit the First. This Harry Potter prequel is not what I was expecting. Most likely.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see him as Dumbledore
yeah,
when he's such a good villain
yeah.
in this film.
He used to play a lot of characters who were like this. He used to play like a lot of like in a lot of British gangster films too. You know, and he also played a French detective for a while called Maigret. It was based on a series of books from way back.
No, they sure did not fight clean at all. They fought
No.
super dirty. Mostly probably because Mo's size is so big. Our current timestamp is 25:29.
And I'm Arthur, King of the Britons. Mm. Hmm. The movie is young. Doc- Doctor's office is going to be very busy before this is
Yeah,
over.
might as well just say a hospital.
Well, that whole situation on Scarif did go sideways.
I can't see out of my spook hat.
Discover your new Kia right now at Royal Kia. Come lease it.
No, he not happy. Indeed, it is. Taunting a guy who's already hitting you around is never a good idea. I mean, how stupid can you be? Put your spook hats on. I can't see out of my eye hole. Oh, I told you not to sass me, boy. Charlie's already there. He's like,
Yeah.
these sons of bitches don't deserve to live. Man, they messed him up. They messed Button up. Shot him in the head. Oh no. No, no, no. You think John Wick got mad when they killed his dog? This is the last straw for Charlie. When they killed his dog, it was all over for any of them. You never kill a cowboy's dog.
Y-
You're gonna be
Yep.
in a world of hurt.
Y- You ever see the pitch meeting for John Wick? It says, okay, nobody better hurt that dog now. And then they kill his
Yeah,
dog. Oh, somebody's got to die for that.
yeah.
So how many exactly? High 70s. Oh my god.
This is a hell of a great movie, Gambit. And hail to Joe's atmosphere. A
Hey.
while ago. Moe's 1882. Well, was that the year he perished, or was he? Did they
Well, I'm
know that?
assuming that this is 1882 that they're in. That's the way I always took it. I could be wrong. I don't think a year is ever specified.
Yeah.
We obviously post Civil War, but
Mhm. A cattleman always pays his debts. Nah, we're just gonna have our own frontier justice. This river here anyway. I wonder who was a good idea to build a town and right on the river. Ain't no river. Well, somebody's not a very good carpenter. Wait, did they hire little Bill to build that?
Hmm.
Yeah, just because you wear a badge doesn't mean you get everything for free. Come on now. The bold statement there, Marshall. 103:56 is our timestamp.
Yes, the chloroform. When Canadians attack. On a
Oh,
very special episode of The Adventures of Huck Finn.
oh, ouch.
Look out.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Yeah. No incest. No incest in this town.
Nope.
We're not far enough east or south for that. I'm not stereotyping the east or the south at all. I would never.
I consider that more of Mississippi and Alabama kind of thing.
Don't forget Arkansas.
He's got himself a fiddle.
You're gonna get the butt of my revolver if you sass me again.
That was ad libbed, by the way. Mm. I will cave your head in. Oh, wait.
They killed Button's best friend. Forgot about my muddy boots tracking all the mud in here. Howdy to LDG, who's just passing by. Good to see you, my friend.
The Grand Ole Opry's really gone downhill. you don't get killed.
Yeah. Timestamp 137:20. Well, Blue Bonnet might be a little bit better than a boy named Sue.
Not much better, but maybe a little bit better. go.
Yeah, you're dead.
It's locked. No, 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 wait. Star Wars wasn't his fault. Oh.
Best trick in the book. It's Charlie. We're too hungover to be in a fight. Plus, we're a bunch of cowards.
Price is crawling. It's
Yeah.
like, Jesus.
The town, most of the town folk watching from the hills atop.
Hmm. And also, your Olympic hockey team sucks. Thank you and good night. We lose more innocent windows that way. Jeez.
Hey, these town folk that are getting involved in this fight, not in our town, they're saying.
It's not my boy, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not... Sorry. Future headmaster of Hogwarts. I'm right, right? Yeah. Okay.
Go back to Ireland.
Probably got starved out of Ireland. Ireland had land barons too. Yeah, I'm usually the horror movie guy. I'm out of here. Okay.
Yeah, cowards will run.
Damn it. Go you Baxter.
Now that's at really close range. It doesn't get much personal than that.
And for what? More cows? Man. There's a boy out there out yonder. Get it. So, another minute. instant get far. Yeah, that kind of escalated, didn't it?
Hmm.
Hmm. By the way, that shootout from start to finish, 22 minutes of screen time.
That town needs a hospital. I agree with you. Enigma, Pale
Hmm.
Rider, shootout. Yep.
Well, yeah, Waterworld went over budget, but it did make its money back. And Postman, well, I don't know, maybe the Tom Petty bit was a little much. to Wilkie's Movies and Music. Sorry I missed you earlier.
Wow. He skipped the whole dating bit. I gotta admire that. Oh, she knows his whole name. He went and told her your full name. He doxed you. So this is what it feels like to get doxed in the 1800s. All right. That was Open Range, Robert Duvall, Kevin Costner, and many other friends we've lost. Would you like to go through scrolls again?
All right.
They, they
Uh,
missed it.
Open Range was released August 15th, 2003. Estimated budget 22 million, going on to gross more than 68 million worldwide. All right. Was Diego Luna was nominated uh, as get this best Diego Luna in a movie at the MTV Movie Awards in Mexico. Film was nominated for the Golden Reel Award for Best Sound Editing in Domestic Features, Sound Effects, and Foley from the Motion Picture Sound Editors USA. Annette Bening was nominated for Supporting Actress for the Satellite Awards. Uh, Nominated for the Taurus World Stunt Awards. Chad Camilleri, who's the guy who gets shot through the wall and gets blown to the other wall. Um, and won the Bronze Wrangler for a theatrical motion picture. All right. Filming locations: Calgary, Alberta, Canada; Longview, Alberta, Canada; Morley, Alberta, Canada; and the Stoney Indian Reservation in Alberta. To the trivia. Uh, Kevin Costner, producers Jake Eberts and David Valdez put up almost half of the budget from their own money. Teague was not only the name of the dog in the movie, but also the name of Kevin Costner's production company. Teague was also the name of Kevin Costner's grandmother. Um, Kevin Costner turned down the role of Bill in Kill Bill to do this movie. When you first see Denton Baxter in Marshall Pohl's office, there's a wanted poster over his left shoulder with the name Lloyd Buckley. Gay S. Buckley was the production designer for this movie. Michael Kamen replaced Basil Poledouris as the composer, and contrary to general knowledge, Poledouris did not do a score, backing out after having seen the movie track with music like his work for Starship Troopers. The rifle that Charlie uses in the shootout is an 1873 Winchester sporting rifle. Originally, Touchstone Pictures had Kevin Costner top billed over Robert Duvall, but Costner asked the studio to top bill Duvall instead. Towards the end of the production, Kevin Costner and some friends made a surprise visit to a large powwow gathering at Morley. Chief Ernest Wesley honored Costner for his work with the Lakota Indians and using Sioux language in Dances with Wolves. Stony elder Dale House performed a special spiritual ceremony for Kevin Costner before filming began. The event is shown on the second Open Reigns DVD disc. Clayton Left Hand of the Stony Nakota Sioux worked as a film liaison. During filming, a young native man, Romeo N. Ryder, was hired to do extra security work. He was stabbed to death in the nearby town of Morley on August 20th, 2002. His brother, Zach Ryder, worked on the set as a production trainee. Boss keeps calling Percy old man, but Robert Duvall was 21 years older than Michael Jeter at the time. He was only 50 when the movie was made. In the DVD release, a deleted scene called A Moses Story. This is only a rough cut, and it reveals that in some scenes, beautiful sky and clouds were chroma keyed into the shot. This rough edit, no attempt has been made to track the sky with the camera moves, and the effect is obvious. Despite the fact that this was filmed in Super 35, filmed at Panavision is listed in the end credits. At only 2 hours and 19 minutes, this is the shortest of 3 movies Kevin Costner self-directed. They averaged 3 hours each. The hefty revolver favored by Boss Spearman is a Model 1875 Remington Army. As revealed during his appearance on the Arsenio Hall show, Sir Anthony Hopkins wrote fan letters to Kevin Costner and Robert Duvall after watching the movie, complimenting them both on their performances. Towards the end of the movie, when Sue uses Charlie's full name, Charlie calls Boss Bucketmouth, the same thing Kevin Costner called his father in The Bodyguard when his father was sharing stories from Costner's childhood. Cinematographer J. Michael Morrow was handpicked by Kevin Costner. He took a chance on Morrow after he worked as a cameraman on Dances with Wolves. James Russo and Kevin Costner appeared previously in The Postman. Dean McDermott got the part of Doc Barlow because he was the only actor to audition with a limp. Robert Duvall was the only actor that Kevin Costner had in mind for the role of Boss Spearman. He said if Duvall had turned down the part, he might not have made the movie at all. Tig, Charlie's dog, was played by a mixed breed terrier named Chester. The dog Charlie rescued from floodwaters was actually played by 2 terrier mixes named Goldie and Boomer. They used 2 dogs so they wouldn't get too tired or cold from doing multiple takes. Cliff Saunders, who played Ralph, thrilled Kevin Costner with a videotaped audition. Before it was over, Costner said he got the part. Production spent over $1 million to build a Canadian town from scratch, since Kevin Costner didn't like any of them. The script doesn't specify where the story takes place. Kevin Costner insisted on finding landscapes where you couldn't see a fence, road, or another person. Costner found a location while riding on his horse one day between filming. Even though this is an American Western, the whole score is recorded in Prague by an orchestra that mostly couldn't speak English. Costner said that Michael Jeter reminded him of Western character actors like Walter Brennan and Ward Bond. Costner takes a prop from every movie on which he works to remember it. For this one, he kept a bottle of chloroform.
Wow.
Screenwriter Craig Storper wanted to make a movie about, quote, the evolution of violence in the West. Annette Bening called Sue a woman of real substance and simplicity. Robert Duvall has a lot of respect for Kevin Costner. He's a big fan of Dances with Wolves, and he was impressed that Costner gave him top billing. Costner really loved the country's filling up line. In the 1880s, the U.S. population had grown to over 50 million people. In a scene cut from the movie, Charlie had already killed one injured man. Uh, Robert Duvall accepted the role of Boss Spearman within 24 hours of reading the script. Duvall got bucked off a horse and broke 6 ribs while practicing for his writing in this role. For his writing for this role. The location was so far from civilization, they had to spend $40,000 to build a road just to get there. A lone tree was planted by the crew so the audience would remember a certain spot later. Night scenes were difficult to shoot because the sun rose after only 5 hours of darkness. No animals were harmed during the movie. Of course not. To create the flood, the crew pumped 32,000 gallons of water down the street every minute. A massive holding tank at the bottom recycled the water back to the top through underground pipes. The idea for Marshall Poole playing the violin was proposed by an actor auditioning for the movie. Hunting horses were used throughout the shootout because they weren't afraid of gunfire. Cinematographer J. Michael Morrow said that it gave the movie a documentary feel, like you were there. Kevin Costner was excited that Robert Duvall improvised some of his dialogue. It's easier if you feel like the words you're saying are going to live on forever. The professional wranglers handled 225 head of cattle on set. Costner said he was thrilled with the costumes for the movie and says they captured the time without being flashy. Annette Bening had to wear a corset the whole time she was in character. The filmmakers were disappointed that this movie earned an R rating. Costner speculates it was because the violence in the movie is original. This is the Old West, but the filmmakers mocked up the fight with computer-generated models. It's highly choreographed. Costner even called it a ballet. Only one part of the shootout was shot in slow motion. Costner tried to avoid slow motion because it took away from the realism of the battle. Costner intentionally filmed the gunfight in giant wide shots. The dog's name is Tig. Kim Coates played a character named Tig on Sons of Anarchy. Robert Duvall spent 13 weeks filming this movie in Alberta, but apparently the experience was not to his liking. He said, I prefer not to work in Canada. I prefer to work in my own country. There are better actors down there. That's why I'd have to import so many actors for the Canadian productions. He says this next features Secondhand Lions, which was the film that we did on Thursday, folks,
Yep.
be shot in Texas. I said I wasn't interested in shooting it in Canada. Duvall later apologized for his remarks, saying in 2007, I just want to say to you guys that I told people in Canada that I eat my words when I say there are no good actors in Canada. After I worked there, I rejected what I said because we found wonderful actors. Kim Coates and Michael Jeter both appeared in Waterworld. Italian censorship visa number 97813 delivered on the 20th of February 2004. Charlie served in the Civil War, for which side is left deliberately ambiguous. From what he explains to Spearman, he was a guerrilla operating behind enemy lines, killing soldiers and those without uniforms. While this could be seen as murdering civilians, it could also mean targeting other guerrillas who normally did not wear uniforms. This was Michael Jeter's final live-action film performance, even though his final film was The Polar Express, which he was working on at the time of his death. In a 2003 interview with Jimmy Carter, Kevin Costner explained his reasoning behind the deliberate pacing of the film. Not to make it slow, but to pace it a little bit differently. I don't want something to be slow. I don't want to go to the theater and be bored. Pace can be as important to a movie as what's said, as what the people are looking like. It's a really important thing. What happens is the movie starts to pick up. It's a really wonderful equivalent to like the first 100 pages of a novel. We've all probably exchanged books with somebody, and you try to explain to them because you like the movie so much, you like the book so much, you go, look, the first 100 pages are a little slow, but then it really snaps in. I don't think there's one of us that haven't actually said that to somebody. Why do we say that? We say it in a protect. Are you dying? Stay with me, Billy. Okay.
Yeah,
Or
no, just
okay. All right. We say it in a protective way because we're saying this book is really good. Don't let this part fool you. In a way, the movie probably wouldn't have been as good without those first 100 pages, or the book wouldn't have been. But you don't. But don't let that fool you because when you cannot, because then you cannot put it down. That's what I think of people who have to be. What I think people have to be. God damn, this guy goes on forever. That's what I think. I think people have to be braver with it. In movie, there had to be a simpler way to explain this. It's not always rushing to the end, letting us enjoy
yeah,
because not that you don't like car crashes. Anybody likes it. It's not that you don't like action. Everybody likes action, but you want to be in the middle of it somehow. You don't want to be on the outside. Thank God. Okay, I need a drink. Okay. Okay. Moving on. All right. On the DVD commentary, Kevin Costner remarked that he cast Abraham Benrubi on as his way of apologizing for his being cut from The Postman. Um, Final body count 12. I think it was more than that, but okay. Um, the opening storm sets off a minor theme that Costner set throughout the film regarding certain sounds that startle you. It's thunder here and gunshots come later. At 4 minutes, Kevin Costner wanted cinematographer James Locamoro to have his credit over this shot. That's a really pretty shot, but it didn't work out in the editing. Curiously, the on-screen credit of that moment is instead for editors Michael J. Duthie and Miklos Wright. Costner met Morrow when the latter was a Steadicam operator on Field of Dreams in 1989. I said, look, I'm thinking I'm going to make this movie. It's turned out to be Dances with Wolves. And if I do, I'd like you to come along. Morrow repeated his Steadicam duties there. And when Open Range came along, he decided to give Morrow the opportunity at handling the cinematography. Costner wanted to capture the little things that are of interest to him, and that includes the details of setting up a camp. Valley from the film's opening was scouted by Costner from the air, and there were no roads in or out, which made for quite a haul during filming. Costner lamented not getting a certain shot when showing Boss from behind as he looks down over the horses, but it's, quote, so difficult to get those damn horses to stay on their marks. Every attempt left problems matching from one shot to the next. That's the big difference between making a cartoon and making a movie, he says. At 8 minutes, the movie is probably never as happy as after this particular moment, Costner said. I asked Michael Kamen to shamelessly hit this hard. I really wanted people to settle down with this movie, with this place. I let them absorb our rhythms and the rhythms of time. Costner said it's regarding the film's atypical pacing. 6 minutes is one of Kevin Costner's favorite shots in the film. It's Charlie Wade is approaching a horse with his hat in his hand. The first dialogue clue as to what Open Range is ultimately about comes with the line from Boss Spearman to Button when he says, a man's trust is a valuable thing. You don't want to lose it over a handful of cards. Costner says it's about the kind of integrity that one needs to try to conduct himself with. 15 minutes. The profile shot of Boss was just a grab as Costner noticed Robert Duvall standing against the light and asked him to approach a horse. Costner mentions that watching the film has him thinking about the things he would do differently. But in the heat of battle, trying to make the dates, trying to be on time, you make decisions under a certain amount of pressure. And I never, for the most part, leave anything that I'm not really happy with. He adds, it's probably a function in anyone's life thinking choices that were made were the best only to reflect on them later and wish more time was available. DeHorace Costner's riding is Baby, the same horse he rode in Wyatt Earp in 1994. Just a favorite little horse of mine. She says, enjoy the ride, he said. At 10 minutes, Button originally F bombs, but everybody wanted to move away from that word, so they added an ADR line instead of him saying a much softer expletive. This scene never quite played as well, Costner said. All right. The dog's name is Tig, which is also the name of Kevin Costner's production company. It was named after his grandmother. He grew up thinking her name was Tig, but it was really just a nickname. Her real name was Lily. Coincidentally, Costner named his own daughter Lily before learning that truth. Costner tries to include Tig's name whenever he can in a film without it feeling forced. He even added it to the war in the form of a verb when he mentions a character's hair being pulled straight up. Taking it up, he says. There she is. There's our girl, Costner said on the commentary on the arrival of Annette Bening. She's Susan Hayward. She's Maureen O'Hara. She's Katharine Hepburn. She's Diane Keaton. She's all the great ones. And I obviously missed saying some. If you're watching this and you're a great actress, my hat is off to you and my apologies. On the commentary, Costner shouted out production designer G. Buckley for her um, fantastic work on a minimal budget. She just found that right edge between minimalist and practicality. All right. I'm going to move up through a few here. Okay. There's quite a few, guys. We're not going to do them all, so I'm just going to do these next few and move on. Um, Costner thinks one of the things that strikes viewers the most about westerns is the music. Whether it's the big country, the Magnificent Seven, the great westerns have that great music, he stated. The big gunfight in the back end was filmed over several days. To avoid continuity issues, they added digital clouds to the blue sky. At 1:20:54, Costner chides Duvall in his cranky ad lib, saying, "You're starting to enjoy that part, aren't you?" Uh, Costner said the dog's death scene was hard for him because he's a great lover of animals, dogs in particular. This is the second movie in which Costner's character killed Kim Coates' character, the first being Waterworld. Costner was surprised and disappointed that the film received an R rating. It doesn't have any sex, it doesn't have a language problem. I think they based that decision on our gunfight, which I think actually isn't even as violent as a lot of movies out there. Costner requested some of the buildings be placed very close together so that the space between them was minimal, in which turn made for more striking imagery as the bad guys come pouring through. And later, where Charlie hustles through, members of the crew made the choice of widening them, thinking they were doing him a favor, and he quickly corrected them. I've always had a thing about reloading in movies, Costner says, and he hates when characters shoot off more shots than the gun actually holds. That said, he admits that at the start of the shootout, sees Charlie unload on the guy by fanning his revolver and firing more than 6 shots. Defending such a mythical part of the Western, I hadn't seen it in such a long time that I had no way of justifying it other than Hell's Bells. I just wanted to do it. Uh, all right. There's a lot more. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off there because
Okay.
we would need another hour.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So you can catch up on the rest of the trivia on IMDb Pro and check me out because I have a page there. So, all right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next week we will be doing what we were going to do this week. Arizona Cult from let's see what the 50s.
1966. Yeah.
Yeah. Spaghetti Western.
Mm-hmm.
Not known. I don't know much
Oh,
about
yeah.
it, but we're
It's about kind of an anti hero type. who is avenging a woman's death at the hands of a bandit. So yeah, I've seen the first few minutes of it. It's got plenty of action.
Hmm.
Think it's going to be a good one. So yeah, join us next week. Little change of
Okay.
pace, as I
Yeah.
recall.
Yeah.
And you can find it on YouTube. We are
Yeah.
going to be watching. There are several versions of it. So the version that we're going to be showing is the 113-minute cut.
Hmm.
That is based on I can tell considered to be the most definitive version. So stay tuned, and watch along with us.
Yeah. And then, of course, Action Theater, or when that rolls around on Thursday, Mel Gibson's Mayan film, Apocalypto, which has some great action, great scenery, one that should be looked at. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it should definitely, if you don't already have it in your library, physical media, get Open Range. It's a gem. It is just a gem. Anyway, that's what I have coming up. Maybe some surprises along the way. Don't know which. You'll have to stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I want to thank everybody for being here today and showing up, and I hope you enjoyed the feature. Please come back again and check us out. Western Cinema every Sunday, in rare form every Sunday at this time. And until then, as I always say at the end of these, remember to be excellent to one another. Party on, and we'll see you on the next one. You have a great rest of your evening, folks. To lead the scenes.
All right.
Uh,
And
yeah,
as I always say at the end of every show, I want to thank everybody who joined us here in the live chat on Cosme, or anybody who might have just stopped by to watch the broadcast. I know that we at one point had about 100 or so people watching. So for those of you who might still be here, thank you. I hope that you enjoyed the show, enjoyed the film. Yeah, we've done this a few times. I'm sure we'll probably do it again sometime down the line because it's a big favorite of ours.
yeah.
But yeah, thank you. Hit the like, share out the stream, all of that good stuff. Let everybody know that we're here. If you are new to either Bill's channel or mine, uh, and you have not yet subscribed to our channels, please do so. Um, we both have memberships on our channels. I've got
Mm-hmm.
a member stream tonight, as a matter of fact, at 11 p.m. Eastern. So become a member of my channel and you can be part of that show. All right. From HQ, our second home office in Arizona, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.
Indeed.
Also, don't mess with like any new people who might come to town. Maybe be nice to them. Might be less shootouts that way. I'm just saying. Okay.
And don't let good Swiss chocolate melt in your pocket.
No, absolutely not.